Hi. We're going old school. Back in the YouTube days. Back when you couldn't really live unless you were on Facebook. It is motherfucking February 13th. I actually don't even know the history behind February. Friday. It's Friday the 13th. I actually don't even know the history behind Friday the 13th, aside that it is associated with the goddess, which the number 13 is associated with the goddess. And outside of the Gregorian calendar, if we go to a more lunarly focused calendar, we have 13 months going at 28 days, which is the length of a feminine bleeding cycle. It's also the length of a moon cycle. And just in general, logistically and logically makes so much more fucking sense. And I truly believe the Gregorian calendar was created in alignment with the Catholic Church because it gets us disconnected and dissociated from our natural seasonal earth elemental like grounded cycles and how we do things. So maybe I'm answering my own question. I don't know. We also, is the full moon tomorrow? Is the full moon today? Is there a moon? There's some other shit going on, and guess what? I don't know what's going on because I don't feel the pressure to feel like it has to go on because I'm just going to be in the energy of it. And I have spent, and that feels good to like not have to like understand it and why and what. Blah, 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 blah. And I love doing that. Here I am complaining. And I love doing that. No one makes me do that. And I have been in a place where I sent in my last, Mothership Transmission, which is my email newsletter. It's called Mothership Transmissions. If you want to go sign up for that, please do down in the place so we can do the thing. And then you get these videos and get these updates. And then we get to talk and you talk back and it's so nice and fun. I got 30 something responses from my last email, which is the first email I'd sent out in over a year. That feels fucking cool. In my email, I spoke about just like feeling so fucking lost and uncertain and unsure right now. I feel like I don't even know what I want. So long I've been so focused on like, I want to own a home. I want to be on land. I want to be on the river. Like I like this perceived idea of like, this will give me like a grounding, like suddenly everything will be okay. And then we said yes to someone asked us to buy their house this last summer. We're going to get vulnerable on this. By the way, I'm going to say, I'm just going to like speak to like what's honestly been happening for me. And a lot of that has been in relation to my family of origin. And that has always been a place of tension for me to speak about on the internet, and caused major disconnect and rifts within my family. I am the eldest scapegoat daughter. And my parents are now going through a divorce, which coming on Thanksgiving will be the 2-year mark from my dad leaving. And it's after 35 years. My parents got married because they got pregnant with me. Emil, yeah. Rowan Forth. Will you shut that door, please? Okay, then when you go back in, shut the door because I'm making a video. I'm at the family cabin. After 35 years, my parents got married because of me. My father and I are very, very similar. I am no contact with my father as of December of last year. And in a way that like, I will not go back because there are inner children inside of me who will not survive another mindfuck abuse from my father. And will not survive as the person I want to be and as the person I've fought so hard for, if me, as oldest version of me, as the adult of our internal family, doesn't prioritize and say, no, I won't let you get hurt anymore. I will keep you safe. Like there will be a fracturing that I don't know if I come back from. And it may happen the first time. It would maybe happen 3 months in. I don't know. All I know is that I don't come back from any sort of relationship engagement with my father whatsoever. And I am so much just like him in that like a real breakdown of my family happened when my dad finally got the dream house he was building, finally got the fucking dream house. And that house didn't fill the void inside of his body. And it just kind of went from this like void and turned into like a black hole that started to just like swallow things. And if you allow the feeling of lost and uncertainty and unknown to fester, what I do know is it becomes a black hole. I do know that feeling requires being treated, requires care and medicine, in whatever many forms of medicine, in order to not turn into something like a black hole. Yeah. I want to do some tapping. Rowan and forth! Rowan and forth! You're going to get water and drink water while I get them to shut the door. If I stop this or if I pause this and tell myself I have to cut out of it, I won't come back. So we're just going to leave this space, and I'm going to leave to go shut that door. You're going to go get water and maybe a journal. I'm going to do the same. We're going to come back and do the thing. So you push pause. It'll be like 10 seconds, whatever. Journal and water. So, there's a little mini class, and then we're gonna do some tapping, because I fucking need to tap. What I do know is that instead of thinking about what I want, it's about how do I want to feel. It's never about what you want or what you think you want. It's about how do you want to feel. I know that I've been wanting to feel safe and secure. I know that this fucking bullshit game of fake inflation is fucking with my nervous system. I know it's fucking with your nervous system too. I know it is. I know that being alive in the death cycle of America's systems while Israel and Palestine and just like everything is a lot. And it's easy when you are in a trauma response, when you are in active fight, flight, fawn, or freeze, you're not able, oh, there it goes, to act from intuition. Because intuition is embodied, okay? Embodied means being in body. If you are in one of those trauma response states, you are not in body, you're here. Or here. It's dissociative in different ways. So, one of the ways I previously drink water, one of the practices I used to have that I've been out of practice with is using a card to set and create my intention for the day. I would not suggest this deck for your intention for the day. She fucking snarky. Don't use this deck for your intention for the day. We're gonna use this deck for our intention. I'm making an intention deck. Aubrey's gonna be here for 10 days. Aubrey's on their way here. There it goes. We are gonna do this for the collective energy. Remember. There we go. Ooh. Okay, so the first card we got was offering. How can you make life a moving prayer today, a moving offering? In that, what could you choose to do in devotion to give to something? When I think about doing devotion to something, this is funny actually. When I think about doing devotion to something, I think about getting on my mat, getting in yoga, getting in something. This is telling me, to do an offering, to do a moving active prayer, which I can count this as an offering and a moving acting prayer. And then the second one we got is the Black Lives Matter card. Black Lives Matter card, Bakara sent out in 2020. When this comes up in a deck, I take it as the very clear thing of back the fuck off. Like, back off. Why? Because I'm a white girl. It's not fucking about you. Back off. So with that, and someone sent this to me. I actually didn't have this in a deck, and a mentee sent this to me. As a like, hey, like, get to it. What I know is I'm ready for a nap. And I could easily ride the adrenaline wave of sitting here and hanging out with you. And instead, we're going to pull a card and we're going to tap on it. And then I will leave you with a journal prompt after. The void. Fucking magic is cool, man. Stop. Embrace the winter. Great cosmic womb. The only way to get in body is when you come out of the active trauma response is to feel what you are fucking feeling. And to process it. Doing that somatically. So I talked about yoga, I talked about dance, or about breath work, and it's specifically getting in and shaking and moving things. Guess what tapping qualifies as? So we're going to talk about the discomfort of being in the void. And today is the day that I get week 1, clairsentience week of the 11/11 motherfucking experience, which is going to be some good shit because it's when you get all the stuff about the empath curse, and it's got a bit of a content, not advisory, but just like a content knowing of what's in it. Then you kind of get kicked in the fucking face with like the empath curse. So let's come in. We're going to start by tapping. Drink some water. I got really excited. Get grounding week for 11/11 experience is good, but it's like slow. And I'm like, okay, like give it to me now, which is how you want to feel going into something. Like, okay, I'm fucking ready, right? I didn't feel that last week the way I feel this week. Okay. A little shake. We'll move around. Coming in on our karate chop point. We're going to keep the tapping itself pretty short. There we go. Maybe let's try some pressure. Stretching your hands. I'm gonna maybe try the other hand. I've actually not done this hand in a very long time. So I'm just gonna do pressure on this side because it feels kind of overwhelming. This is supposed to get us in body, not push us out of it. So maybe trying pressure if you find yourself feeling with some sensory experience. And let's just rate how we feel right now. 10 being best day of your life, 1 being you want to die, 5 is neutral. Where would we put ourselves on that scale? 4. Okay. And then does the feeling you have a texture or a name or a taste? Sour milk. Gross. And like this like kind of like muddy situation is kind of how like I feel right now. Look at that, just by acknowledging it. What about you? Cool. And then we're going to check in on the color system. I'm going to get this tattooed on my arm. Color system. So green is neutral, feeling good in body. Yellow, orange, red is levels of discomfort. Black being questioning going to the hospital. Okay, if we're feeling fucking great in body, we're in like blue range. Purple gets into like a psychedelic kind of euphoria, which isn't just drugs. It could be breath work. It could be meditation, something like that. Maybe you're noticing off-gassing while we're just here on this point. Shaking your hands out. Just come into body. I want you to switch the way that you're sitting. Let's just bring some movement into our chest. Maybe some stretch forward. Back. You can also do this laying down. Okay. Coming in on the top of the head. You're like, Shantae, but I'm not saying anything. I know. We're not worried about the words. We're worried about getting in body. So noticing how body is feeling. Let's bring some pressure and moving on our head. And I love myself. I'm feeling all sorts of fucking ways. And definitely relating to the void. Now you're doing what I say. Saying what I say, do what I do. And I don't like feeling this way. I feel like I've been feeling this way for a long time. I'm feeling a lot of fear and a lot of overwhelm, a lot of overstimulation, a lot of scarcity, we're gonna squeeze. If that works for you, we're also gonna press here, or we can do one side here. I'm gonna squeeze. Even though I feel this way. Now we're going points of your rib cage, the bottom of your rib cage. These ones are very commonly sore, connects to anger. Even though I feel this way, I love myself. I accept myself. Ooh, notice that sound difference? I forgive myself. I have a harder time snapping on the left. I'm in the void. I am in the void. The darkness automatically feels overwhelming and scary. Those first initial moments of panicking, when I settle and take a breath, when I get into body, I am able to come back, find grounding, and let go of fearful stories. I'm gonna press on the side this time. Fearful stories are not in charge of me. They are definitely not in support of the way I want to be feeling. I release these old stories. The ones that are mine, you can do pressure if you want. You can do tapping if you want. The ones that are those that came before me. This tapping is very, very focused on letting go of epigenetic pain and fear and lived experiences that are creating fear in my body and my perception that aren't my stories, are just trying to keep me safe and know what's coming. Thank you, I release you. These fear stories are not supporting me. Thank you, I release you. I love myself. I accept myself. I forgive these old stories. I release you. I'm in the void, and I am the light. I am in the void, and I am the light. I know the answers are inside of me. If I can just get clear, hold on how I want to be feeling. I know I can go where I want to go if I can get clear on how I want to be feeling. I'm going to journal after this to get clear on how I want to feel. Not what I think it looks like, or my ideas of its materialization, or my limited perception. Just how I want to feel. And then I'm connecting in with my intuition, listening to guidance, knowing it will take me exactly where I want to be going. Which is way better than I could ever imagine or create from where I'm currently sitting. Please don't. I love myself. I accept myself. I forgive myself. All is well in my world. And so it is. Love you. Amen. Go journal.